Right, hello. We're back again. Bit more Game Jam stuff today. So we're currently doing PirateJam 16, or PirateSoftware's Game Jam 16. And the theme is You Are the Weapon. So we've been kind of like figuring out what game to make based around that theme. And we've been leaning towards this idea of... I need to figure out a better way to describe this, but basically the player controls... Hey Zimni, how's it going? How are the runs in the end? I saw you were getting a bit stuck with, what was it, the supplement wasn't spawning on the right side for you. Just a bit of RNG unluckiness. The menu today, I think we're just going to be doing some more A-Sprite stuff. I think around the enemy characters to you. So like, pretty much like a lot of today, I've been thinking about how the story is going to work. And kind of think that I'm not going to do any more narrative stuff on stream, because coming up with it and writing it just is a lot of gaps in anything interesting, because I'm just going to be sat here thinking like, oh, what if we do this, what if we do that? But B, also it will avoid any spoilers being available, so I'm going to like dumb down the main ability system and create a prototype of that in Godot and see how that works. And then the main thing I can do is I can just get on with a lot of the artwork, and hopefully that will still be fine. But yeah, yeah, it's 50-50 on which side it will spawn, but somehow you chose wrong 90% of the time. That's, yeah, it's just like, it's pretty unlucky. I guess a lot of like prestige stuff is just resetting until you get a good start. Are you allowed to fix what the supplement and the upgrade gadgets that you get throughout the run? Are you allowed to fix those or not? Why is that? Just noticed my music thing is wrong. This one. Oh, it's custom settings, and that's already in game. Okay. Why is that placed wrong? Sorry, let me just... There's just a little gap above the music display thing that it's not meant to be. There we go. You complained to Rennie about Gadget and Caves RNG so much and so long that he implemented it. Fair enough. Oh, so you know the cave order as well. That's quite useful. I guess, yeah, because otherwise it's just a case of like keep on resetting until you get the good caves and stuff like that. On good news side, the weekend is planned. 3 days of board games. Wow. Have you got some like intense multi-hour games that you're going to be playing then? Am I getting... wondering why I was hearing like an echo. I had audio coming out of my phone. Right. So yeah, I think the plan today... Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was explaining roughly what the game idea is. It will be built around the idea that the player plays as some entity. I don't know. I was verging towards like demonic entity, but it may not be demonic. But your soul is split and then trapped into various weapons. and it'll be a bit of like a puzzle game to try and retrieve the souls. And that's like the general idea. And I'm not going to go into too much more detail with that. I think going forward, I think we're going to try and implement some of the ideas that we've come up with. So we'll do some prototyping in Godot fairly soon. Maybe start on that tomorrow. But for today, I just want to do some pretty basic character animations for this character. And we're going to use this character as all of the enemy types, basically. At least for this game jam. If we decide to continue development on this after the game jam, we might build these out into a bit more varied characters, but we can stick with that for the moment. So, I also haven't done my dailies yet, so I'm going to start with that like I normally do. So, on Friday for sure, there's some heavy Euro. I don't know about Saturday, probably too, and Sunday. Sounds good. Right, so we'll start with hashtag, which is like Wordle, but you're doing 4 different words. So we've got 2 horizontal, 2 vertical words. Green letters are in the correct spaces. Yellow letters are in the correct word, but in the wrong space. And you have 12 swaps. I don't know Euro. Euro board game. Oh, a bit like Carcassonne. That looks like. Oh, is it this style? Right. Okay. So like Settlers and similar. Is it like any features indirect player interaction? Oh, so you're not like use of resources, right? Okay. Right, cool. That'll be good. And the other type is called American with lots of dice. So, yeah, American style is more like luck-based. Is Euro type games, are they more like strategy and a bit more tactical? Right, so we're looking for all 5-letter words, and we have 12 swaps available. So all the letters in the grid here, we can exchange positions. So if I want to move this L where the B was, the B would go to where the L is now. And when you move them into the correct spaces, they'll turn green. And what we've figured out is the way that this works, which I don't think it actually tells you in the gameplay. Yeah, it just tells you this. But so far, and it seems to be working, it looks like every single swap can make 2 letters green. Like both the letters that you swap green. So say for instance we knew that what's a good example? We knew that this was meant to be an N. So we could swap either with this N or with this N. But one of them would put the R in the incorrect place, but the other one would maybe put the R in the would put the R in the correct place. So it's worth figuring out what the correct swaps are, because that's how you can beat the game perfectly. And if you have, I think it's if you have 5 moves left, you've got the fewest number of swaps. So what's normally worth doing is checking out the vowels. if there's only a few vowels. We've got the two A's, which would mean, I mean, all the words do have a vowel in them already, so that's not actually as useful. We know that the S in this word has to either be the start of the word or the end of the word. We could be swapping the S and the N here, but I'm not entirely sure. Because we've got two N's and two S's, we can't necessarily assume that. J is going to be an unusual one. It's not in either of these words. This one's going to be a bit more tricky. Normally there's a good starting point, but I guess maybe this word. It feels like there's too many options still. Or this word. If that was N and S swapping, or the other option would be wait, if they didn't swap, can we make both of them green in a turn? We know that this isn't green. This isn't right. Yeah, okay, so we've got that exact example. We know that the S and the N both exist in this word. If we swapped both of them, then there's a chance that goes both greens, but there also is a chance we can swap these two. And it ends in NS. So that's not very useful. Like, this could be beans or jeans. That's possible. There's no S in this vertical. So if we were going to go with jeans, that would put an S here. And we'd be looking for something U, something ES. Which could be tunes, maybe. That would put a Y at the end of a word, that's good. And a C here. That could be like curly. RLY. So then we've got this being BL bland. That to me looks right. So jeans. What did we say this was? Tunes. Curly and bland. Curly, 1L. Where's our second S was down here, wasn't it? 1, 2, yeah, okay. I think that's right. Which means we do swap these two. Yeah, cool. Right, I'm quite happy with that then. Jeans. That is definitely jeans. Right, yeah. Gotta be. Nice. Okay, so we're going to take those words into Betweenle, where we're looking for another 5-letter word, but we're given clues as to where it sits alphabetically. So once you make your first guess, this little scale on the side will show you with an orange dot where the word that we're looking for is based on its position in the dictionary. So I normally try and use these 4 words to make the game a little bit harder by using up extra guesses. So if we start with bland because that's near one end of the dictionary, we're hoping that this word moves up and it shows that it's really close. So the word we're looking for is really close alphabetically to bland, and it either starts with a B or a C. So this dot is showing us like we're really close to this one, we're really far away from this. So what we'll do is we'll use the other 3 the other way around. So tunes, jeans, and then curly. Because we know that they're going to be incorrect, but we'll use up the guesses. To be honest, we're quite narrow already between bland and curly. And we're quite a lot closer to bland. So we're definitely starting with a B. I think even like brand should go down here. There's still quite a lot between brand and bland. Slightly closer to brand. There's not much like... There's not much earlier in the alphabet that's BRA. I think we're moving back a letter. There won't be anything BQ. There won't be anything BP. So we're probably looking at a word that starts BO. Let's try boxer. Although I still think we're going to be further... We're going to be closer to bland still. So maybe we look for something that's like... botch. If this goes up and there's a bit of a gap, there's probably a boxer that we were looking for. Okay, no, it goes down. Good. So, I mean, we've still got 7 or 8 guesses. I don't know if it counts the guess that we're already on. I do think BO is correct now. So do we go like BOM? It's. I don't think it can end in S, so like bolts wouldn't work. 0.27, so we're not that close with botch, but we're not too far away. Don't really want to guess any of these. Your K, your J, your I. Maybe we do this. Maybe we do bombs and see where that goes. Or... I'm not really seeing anything here. J, H, G? Like boggy. That could give us some info. And it can be an answer. Okay, we're way later. Right, okay. So what's that? 0.5 to 0.3 basically. Could do double O. Like boost. Let's try boost. Nice. Cool. And then we're going to take that word into Wordle as our first guess. We unfortunately lost yesterday because it was a horrible word. I can't even remember what it was. It was like rover or Roma? Something like that. It was a double R and we had O space ER for like most of the game, so couldn't really guess it that easily. Very luck based. So we've got an S, but none of the other letters. So let's try Spire just to get some of those common letters down. Put the S in the right position with an I. Can't do sight. There's no T. We do like a SU T. I think the I is probably going to be here. And sinus. Could have a double S. Let's try that. Okay. We have an I and a U. It's going to be something UI, something, I think. S. Or S, U. That maybe? Or it could even be maybe IU? That's unlikely. Can it end I? Could end I? I think it's most likely that kind of pattern or that pattern. So what would be after the S? An L? No. I'm not going to have an A as well, I don't think. What's this word? I feel like we've got to have that pattern. SKUI? It's LUI? UI. Use something I. Could go IA at the end. I can't think of what this is going to be. Cilia. Nothing's jumping out to me here. It's just ignoring the queue. It's just ignoring the queue entirely. Anytime there's a U, you should always check that. As soon as we put that queue in, it was easy. Right, okay, on to Travle. So Travle, we're trying to go from the pink country to the blue country via the fewest number of border crossings. So Brunei to Bangladesh. So Brunei is it Malaysia, Indonesia that's around it? Or am I thinking of somewhere else? Bangladesh has got to come through. Yeah, like Myanmar, Thailand. And let's go with Malaysia. Okay. Now, is it Indonesia, Malaysia, or Malaysia, Indonesia? I think it's Malaysia is next to Thailand. Yeah, good. Okay, and then Myanmar. Nice. Okay, flags. So that's Thai. I think that is Brunei. I think this is Bangladesh. And yeah, that way around. Myanmar, Malaysia. That should be right. Nice. On to connections. So we're looking for 4 groups of 4. Out of this... Actually... Connections IO work? No. Are there any other... There is another version of it, isn't there? The Connections Unlimited? Yeah, I might try and swap to something that's not New York Times. I've seen that they've been trying to claim the game of connections when they didn't actually come up with it in the first place. Or at least it existed before this game was launched in Only Connect TV show with a game, well, a TV game show. Right, so Cookie Bear, Spinach Shoulder, Crook, Anchor, Elbow Cheat, Pipe Handle, Bend Forearm, Fitted Angle, Assume and Balance. Yeah, for the moment I'm just going to stick with the New York Times ones, but I have that on my list of replacing them. So you do have like this, but there's no other... There's not another one that fits that, is there? Okay. No. The Spinach, Pipe, Anchor, and Forearm could be like things you'd associate with Popeye. Got the big anchor tattoo on his forearm, hasn't he? So I'm going to put those together for the moment and assume that could be correct or might not be. So what would that leave? I like elbow, crook, bend and angle. Or even like... we got sheet. Something sheet. That's normally... So we're trying to look for the purple first, which is the hardest category. And that normally happens as being like the category clue is like word blank or blank word. And I think I've just seen... Oh, I didn't mean to reshuffle that. But balance sheet, cheat sheet, cookie sheet, and fitted sheet are all words that would work in that kind of format. So I think that's probably the purple. Is there anything else that can be sheet? Angle, spinach, pipe sheet, bend sheet, elbow sheet. No, I think we're going to guess that and hope that's the purple. Yeah, nice. Okay, so I do think that's still going to be the Popeye one. But if we're looking for the next most tricky, we want to try and get the blue next. So can we put those together again somewhere? That'll do. So yeah, we've still got the like bend elbow. Angle, could be shoulder, could be crook. But then what's the other category? Assume bare handle. Assume. So yeah, that's going to be things you like taking responsibility. So you're going to handle it, you can bear it, you can shoulder it, and you can assume the role, right? I think that's going to be the blue. Oh, that's the yellow? That was more difficult, I would have thought. Is Popeye the blue then? Wait. Not elbow, anchor. That was the blue, okay. Not bad. Right, we need to shuffle our music as well. Just remember this. Not shuffled yet. Get one. Cool, okay. On to word salad. So this is a word search kind of game. We're looking for lots of answers today. 8 answers in this grid. And the answers are going to be wordless utterances. So words can go in any kind of direction. They can wrap back on themselves, that kind of stuff. These answers are in alphabetical order. Hiss. I don't think hiss is wordless. I guess. I think grunt works. Okay, so there's only one alphabetically before grunt. Everything else is after. And the number is how many letters in the answer we're looking for. Should we try hiss? It is, okay. Laugh? Maybe yawn? We got tut? No. We got groan. So either this ends beside the end or the start of a word. Loam. Mo. We've not done moan yet. There we go. Okay. Whistle. And the last one is sigh. Okay, on to strands. Another word search. Curiouser and curiouser. So this is like a semi-cryptic clue to what the category is. And we're looking for 6 words in this grid, one of which will be a spangram that will give us a better category clue. And the rule with the spangram is it has to touch 2 opposing sides of the board. So it could be top and bottom like this, or it could go left to right like this. It could just go straight across. Doesn't have to be the start or end of the word. And the spangram can be a phrase rather than a word. Which for this, Curiouser and curiouser has to be Alice. Alice in Wonderland, right? We got Alice. Not a word in the clue. We got... like, we got rabbit. And we got the Hatter. It is definitely Alice in Wonderland. Did I get the wrong Alice? Alice what? Alice... Alice Red? That wouldn't be Fangram, would it? And also this would block that L off. So it can't be that way. Hatter and Rabbit. And who else in Alice in Wonderland? We've got the Cheshire Cat, haven't we? But I don't think we've got that in there. I was looking for like the Red Queen. What is this? Dear Alice. What's one? Ah, we got Wonderland as the spangram, I think. Wonderland. Right. So we're not looking for characters, we're just looking for things that happen there. Okay. The Dormouse and the Caterpillar. Caterpillar that way around. Okay. Croquet was the thing that's thrown me off there. I was looking for characters more. We should have got Dormouse after we got these two. Not too bad though. Right, on to real bird, fake bird. This is just a quick fun one. We're given a category and we're given individual answers and we need to say whether or not these answers are real things in that category. So we're looking for hat styles, the pork pie hat style. I've got a feeling that is a real type of hat. A Harrington hat. I'm going to say fake. A trilby is real. A Shanker. I feel like I recognise that. I can't think of what it is. It might be something that's not a hat. I'm going to say real. A flatbed hat. I think that's got to be fake, right? A cloche. A cloche. What's a cloche? Oh, what is a cloche? It's the thing that you put over the top of food, isn't it? That's not a hat. That is a hat as well. Godot. Not a hat? Terrible. Okay. What's a cloche hat then? Yeah, I was thinking of this thing. Okay, it's just the same shape. Right, fair enough. Right, and then we finish with the mini. Just the mini crossword. Button whose icon is a triangle above a rectangle. What? That's eject, right? Only primate species that can have blue eyes aside from human. What's another? Maybe a lemur? I'm going to come back to that. Of course, in Spanish. I'm going to come back to that. Star-studded group. Like A-Team, maybe? Classic fixture outside a barbershop. is the old famous Yosemite landmark. Familiar. I can't even say that word. Why can I not say it? Familiarly. Familiar. I'm gonna start. Don't know what that's gonna be. What jiggles after it's set? This is gonna be like Jello, isn't it? So that's not a team. Or jelly. What would we say over here? One might end with best. Like an email, okay. This curse. Jogging gait. Your tempo? No. Too long. Yeah, so this was Lima. Of course. Oh, it might still be A-list. What's... El Cap? Is it El Capitan? Trot? No, Trot? Claro. Of course. Right, that was quite slow actually. Need to do better than that. Okay, back onto Game Jam stuff. So yeah, we've made some progress today with story stuff. And yeah, like I said, I'm probably not going to be updating much on this. So today what I want to do is focus on doing some animations with this guy. Or this character. And then we'll see how we're doing. We might not stream that long today. But I think the plan tomorrow would be to try out implementing like a basic version of the ability wheel. Or the ability system and see how that goes. So what size is this character? Is it 29 by 47? I think it's saying down there. So about 50 pixels high. So let's do a 64 by 30. 64 by 64. Let's do that. And then let's take this character. We're going to copy. Where does that paste? This is the thing that needs to happen with a sprite, is it needs to paste in the center. If you do a paste. I guess actually I can see a reason for it pasting like wherever it is in your where you're copying from. Because if you're copying multiple pieces, then maybe you want them to all be the same alignment as well. Ah, why did that work then? Okay, we're going to ignore the fact that it... Is it because I've got this different outline? How did I get that to happen? That's like the one selection, isn't it? But let's say we select this. Magic wand it. No. See if that works. We magic wand select this. Oh no, it's not going to work, is it? Yeah, let's say we select all of these. Oh, we're not going to be able to click all of these either. Not what I wanted to select. I just want to see if this works. So if I now copy that and paste it, does it paste in the right? It does paste in the middle. Okay, maybe that's how we make sure we know where our paste is. Okay, let's design this character. So what do we want a character? It's going to be someone who has the ability to use magic and weapons. Is the main goal. So maybe we just start with a general shape. I don't remember all the keyboard commands. So let's ignore the shading for the moment. And we just have like, ideally, we'd have a lot of variants of this where you just got a PB. Nice. Well, like 500 points. Congrats. You managed to find the lucky supplement then. Okay, so this is like our general outline. For like the character facing away. And what I want to do actually is I kind of want to cheat quite a lot here. If we have the character facing away for most of the time, a lot of the sprites that we design don't have to be that detailed. We just have like mostly the cloak. So how would a walk animation for this work though? You wouldn't really be able to, would you? Is what we're going to want. We're going to want like walk and run kind of styles. I guess we just need to add the cloak after, unfortunately. So maybe what we do is we add like the general body. I think what we do is we just put a blob down. Like, what are the rough ratios here? We've got the head, maybe like 3 or 4 heads high. We're only really going fitting mostly within this kind of shape. That's quite short, isn't it? 30. I think we probably want a character that's like fills that kind of space. Because where are we? Like if maybe like this on screen in terms of the zoom. Put that down there. Okay. Oh, that's in the wrong layer, but that's fine. That gives us quite a lot of room to work with. It might be too much. What would be quite nice, actually, is if we can eliminate the need to draw legs that much. Those are going to be more tricky for me. Those kind of proportions might be alright. So, let's see, how would we get this kind of shape to walk from here to here? So you want like head forward. I feel like we need a reference, like a walk cycle reference. Some kind of like, what would be a good like martial artist, maybe? We don't want it to be too cartoony. Would you like an assassin? maybe like side view. Okay, quite like this. There's a slight forward lean. I slow it down. Okay, maybe we just use that off on the side there. That down here. That should still show up. I think the head needs to be slightly smaller. What size is that? That is 15 pixels, so maybe let's go down for like 10, 11. Right, so yeah, all we're going to do is let's try and build out this little animation frame. We'll see what we come up with. Actually, I think the legs need to be separate. That will make it a lot easier. So we wanted to leave back to us most of the time as well. Let's go with this being rear leg. Too far forward. We're just looking for general shapes at the moment. We're not looking for anything too extreme. You just gotta trust the process with this. It's gonna look terrible for ages. And then hopefully it'll start looking better. Right, let's do legs separate here. Actually, no, they'll probably be. We're standing. I want them to be too big. And we're really just looking for general shape. Because if we're trying to hide this behind the cloak as well, we don't actually have to get these too precise. Should hopefully speed up some of the animation. The body size, I might actually just put it into these ones so that we've got a more accurate shape. I mean, even that is like moving on the right direction. And we've still got loads to go. That shape across. So what do we want to happen? So we're going to end up here. Need a lot more frames. Is that right leg? So let's say red is the right leg. We want that to roughly remain. Let me move all of it. Select all of it like that. Yeah, okay. To roughly remain where it is. And then where we want to end up. So then this one, we want to be, actually, if we do layers on. Let's turn the yellow layer off. We don't need that for the moment. needs to be higher up. I'll lose some of this, I think. So weird. Really, this stride needs to almost invert, so let's just get a general idea again. So if we do that on this stride on this leg, and we just change the color to our red. And we want the forward stride again on this. We probably want this. Our opposite leg. In what color it was. There we go. Not that one. I'm going to copy this one. Do this one. I'm going to copy this one to this. Nope. This one. Copy to this one. Swap the colors. Now, I really don't like this backwards leg. But it's not got a bad, like, gaits to it. I think there's a bit of character there. Obviously, it still needs loads of work, but I like that. I think we need a bit more distance. I mean, for blobs, it's not too bad. What happened to the head here? That like partly got erased and then didn't get put in properly, did it? Right, what if we try and put a cloak over most of this though? We're mostly facing away is what we're saying. So well, that's the last frame. See, that just masks a lot of the movement as well. I don't need to worry too much about what the animation's going to look like. Right, let's do this in a new layer. I've got to remember we're going to put some shading onto this as well, so that feels like turn these off again. Maybe let's tidy some of these up a little bit. I'm not going to see that first. Yes, dude. That's a bit better. And the body. Right, what does that look like? So we're starting cloaked. Step forward. Which way around is this? This is back foot, isn't it? Thank you. It's getting there. Still, obviously, way to go. I just want something as like a like draft version. Get an idea of the characters as well. Legs are the wrong way around, that's why. From there. Up of 2. That's too far, that's why. I want the whole panel. Shift back 1. That looks smoother. But this is wrong. So yeah, we want the default pose to be facing away, make the animation easy. So how are we going to do? When we step forward, that's got to be the front leg then. Then that pose wouldn't make sense. I think really what's got to happen is we've got to take some of this away. Bring the chest forward a little bit. Really, at this point, we're like the furthest forward with our back leg. And then shoulder needs to come forward. This should be quite narrow, actually. This to this, we need to have this a lot lower. Let's slow that down even more. Why does that not fit? Does this need to go back one? So this pose to this one, we've got like this one gap in between. This pose to this one, we don't have any gap. Should be the same. So really, we should be looking at that. Do the whole. So we had that quite a fast speed, and now it's too. Feels like he's traveling too far without. Do we have any sliding of position? Yeah, we do. Not really. That there. That. Oh, we need a frame in between. That's why. And then that's quite a big slide. Really, that foot should be planting here. We need more movement between this though. Right, let's trim this away. And where are we ending? We should be ending on this frame. It's not too bad. There's definitely... We can use it as a template though. Now that we're here then, let's put a tag on that as walk. And then, should we just copy all of that, actually, and see if we can get a run? I always hate how this paste. We do copy that and paste there. Our end frame? Do we get our end frame? Yeah, we do. Okay. Put that, and that goes back to there. Right, and if we want a run, we're going to go a lot more energetic then. Which is basically more of a lean. Let's turn off the cloak layer again. Just notice we move down a frame, don't we? So this would be far more of a like driving the knee up now. And then we continue. Might even want this. Place this. We want one in between this, don't we? Quite as much for lean. We might even want a frame here where it's like legs bent in preparation. Do all of that. This needs to drive more. And this does need to bend. I did the wrong one. This one. We want these to come down a bit. Yeah, that's better. And this just in general, like, come forward and up. We go further down with this. Maybe the knee needs to go differently. Let's have a quick look at sprinter side on. Athlete. Frame by frame. Maybe what we want, if it's like a burst of speed, is like a drop down first. More so than this. too much. Somewhere in between those though. I think we want to get rid of those frames. Let's just continue from here. So this leg now needs to straighten out a little bit. Like we're all moving forward. And this leg is almost this one. It's not working. Not that one then. That is what I just tried, wasn't it? I need like an explosive sprint. Side view. Got that super slow motion. Okay. We're like horizontal here. But it does help with the starting blocks, I guess. So, yeah, both legs off ground. Right. So So the leg out in front. Yeah, you do drive the knee forward. And then almost like stays in place. They're all doing this. Obviously the arms are going to sell it a bit more as well. Okay, that's quite a useful video to go through. So actually, we've got the back leg flicking up all the way behind the body. And then the knee driving through. So like, ignore that frame. I don't like that frame, but needs to be more down. I like that pose, and then this would need to be, this back leg goes up and back first. We're almost going like up here. And this leg having driven forward. Again, we almost want this to go further back. Which once we've got some shades in it, it'll be a bit clearer. That's too far though. It needs to start flicking back. It looks so weird with pixels. And this leg needs to start swinging forward. That's a bit better. I mean, really, as well, we'd probably go up a bit more. And then this one, I want this leg to be even more back. Almost all the way back there. And this leg, we're looking to place it now. So what are we going to do? Firstly, we're going to move forward. We're going to be a little bit less lean. I think the same for most of this, so probably looking at this body. And this leg be straighter, so and then this is starting to drive this knee forward. Actually, we need contact first. Right? They start driving the back knee forward before contact. Yeah, even before contact. So lift off. Flick back. And start driving forward. And they're almost like legs aligned before contact even happens. See any of the other runners. So, yeah, pretty similar. By the time the foot actually lands, the back leg is almost like pretty much in line or almost leading the leg that's landing. So it's not really a step forward. It's like this will be much more like straight. We've got a bit too much of a lean here. That's looking better. It's a bit more of a hop to it than I'd want though. It's because this is coming down, that's why. Okay. Obviously once we get the arms in, that will help as well. I think we want less of a lean here. More here actually. I don't want it to look too goofy either. That is too much. Right, let's give this a tag and let's just start seeing what it looks like as a cycle. Like on a slow speed. Okay, what if it's... It's not the power in it that I kind of want. Oh, we go back to the walk. But then do we sell the power with the cape? Maybe. It just hides everything anyway. I think it's better to start with empty frames. Yeah, well, I'm trying to... The whole point of putting the cape on, really, is to minimize what final movement animation I want. I just kind of want the general shape from these movement animations. And then if I don't need to go in and actually like detail the legs and stuff like that, it will save me a lot of animation time. So that's why the cape is coming in. So kind of cheating with it. But yeah, it'll definitely be more like billowy. This is too high, that's why it looks weird. I think. Thank you. I mean, really, it's going to go quite high up now, isn't it? We're not going to be able to hide much. Because it is going to billow up. Like, regardless of how you have a cape, it's always going to... I kind of see it more as like a cloak, because there will be a hood to it as well. Actually, what I kind of need to do is change the canvas size. Give me even more space. I think what will sell the speed is just the distance moved. So let's see. Does that look better? Like, let's say we go to normal speed. Not really. We do need the arms as well. That will make a difference, but maybe it's this leg. I'm liking the build up. I just need more work on these frames. That's... And obviously we'll sell it more once we've got like shading as well. Because you'll actually be able to distinguish where the leg ends and where body begins, for example. Actually, this leg should be in front of the body, shouldn't it? Which layer's body on? Maybe that's... I mean, ideally we get to like here and then we've got another 3 to do the other leg. So let's aim for that. And then what pose is this? So this is possibly equivalent of this one. So red is layer 2 and 5. So 2 is to 5. We need to change the color. Fill. No. Select first, then fill. Right. L4XR. Pluripotent hematopoietic stem cells. What? Not sure what's that relevant for. It's a very weird first message. Is that an accidental paste from a search or something? Yeah. I'm not going to search what it is. Just in case, but seems like a very random first message. Right, so when we're doing this, we kind of want a leg like this. And then we can, I think we can basically copy the other frames, right? So we copy this frame. I really want to know how to paste at the end. Of the frame list. There must be a way to do that properly. Whenever you paste, it always pastes before the frame that you're doing. 1, 2, 3. It's because the distance moved. Each step is inconsistent. That's why. So really, this step should be way further forward, right? And then we kind of lose our momentum until we step. We might need a frame here between these two. With just like the transfer of weight. And then, oh, we can't float these windows yet, can we? Where did we get to when we're almost we're like 2 grid sections ahead, which that almost is. From here we go 1 ahead, then 1 ahead, and then 1 ahead, a bit further back, But actually we would have more speed, so we can go about the same. Let's do this in between. So we turn the cloak off. Where are we? We're on this line here. Okay, same floor. That's one down. I wonder if we can speed ramp it for this. It's not a bad run cycle. So we've got this, which is this one. We copy this. Never paste it in the right spot. That. Let's try these three. What we'll have to do is move this one back 3. So there, land, step off. We've got to swap the legs for this. Just the leg colors though, isn't it? You fill. No. Select. This. Fill. Okay. And then I'll move this over here somewhere. Might be alright there. On the back leg. But we need to swap them over as well, don't we? Let's give ourselves another layer. I mean, firstly, let's put them in the right spot. So you're going to go way further forward. And that, we jump forward 1, like 3/4 and not much. So 1, that needs to go back a little bit. Then about 3/4, which that kind of is. And then the next one is really not a lot. And the last one, pretty much in place. Ah, that's the back leg though, so it should be a little bit higher, shouldn't it? So really, this should be... No, not forward, just up. So this is the back leg. So really what we want to do is copy that over to here. We'll copy this, yeah, which is that one, goes to there, and then you copy over to here. And then delete this one. There we go. And then we're going to have to do the same for that. So all of these, we're going to copy to this temporary row. All of these, we're going to copy to this. And then the temporary row goes back to here. And then we delete the temporary row. That's not done that right. Has it? Oh, it has, because that... You can't say you're not good at pixel art. I've seen your Domekeeper stuff. I feel like you need more jump vertical movement between leaps. Yeah, I don't know. There needs to be more, yeah, head bob. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But I don't want to give too much jump. Yeah, I guess they do take a long time. That's what good pixel art is like. Right, so this needs to have a completely different look. So let's see if we add a little bit. So where were we looking at? This one, this reference here. When we look at this, open a new window, image a new tab. Yeah. Because I think what I'm doing wrong though is we're not getting enough forward movement rather than necessarily up. But yeah, the head should move up. So let's see if we push this up a bit more. And then we land. Yeah, because this one should be way higher. But yeah, the problem I get with that is then we now look like we're almost hopping. Which might be the angle though. So if we look at this reference, we are like a very lean forward in the sprint. Whereas these guys are very upright, but it almost doesn't look right. It doesn't look like this should be that fast because they're so upright, but it's because they're going so fast. I guess that's what I want, is more of the initial takeoff. So we go here. And maybe the arms will sell it more. That could be what we're missing. I wish this bit was in the slow motion. Block starts, maybe? Let's see if there's any like block start, sprint, slow motion. Yeah, because this is okay. This is different. What we might want to do, let's keep. No, not that one. Let's keep this one for reference. Because what we were just looking at was this, which is once they've got to speed, maintaining speed, but actually maybe the block start needs to be. Yeah, it's a lot more. Even his foot even drags on the ground there. My music stopped. Right, one sec. Oh, is it because it's playing videos from YouTube? That's annoying. No, it's fine. I don't know if my phone started playing music or something. So yeah, these positions are very different from what we just saw as well, aren't they? It's weird. It's weird watching in slow motion because it looks like they're just like tiptoeing, but yeah, okay, this is very different. So what we've actually done, I bet actually if we take out all of the vertical motion completely, so like, let's put this down in line. Actually, it should be the head that stays still, right? Oh, no, don't just want to move the head. I bet we've got like a mid speed run. Like this should be maybe what we look for once the character's up to speed. Yeah, there's that as well. But I don't mind too much if we do something like that. Yeah, like if we speed this up, that's not a bad run cycle if you ignore the start. Let's yeah, if we ignore this wind up entirely, that as a run cycle isn't too bad. Actually, wait. Yeah, I think that's what we want. I want somewhere in between these two. And then once you've got arms in, that'll probably sell it as well. So maybe what we want to do is see if there's an animator one. Yeah, see, look, this is what we want to see. It's so weird just having the skull floating. Because we're not representing our enemy characters are not just like human. There is some magical bit to them as well. They're going to be, the way it's going to work is they are going to be the summoners that are just trained in a certain weapon as well. So there is a bit of leeway of being like, actually, they don't have to run 100% natural. So this like starting block stance isn't too bad. So maybe we have more of this. I'm not hating any of these designs now though. I need to fix the cape as it gets towards the end here, but Like that glitch there. Where's that? This. This was where we were setting off, wasn't it? Let's get the right color. This needs to change slightly here. I think it almost needs to like shorten. Start bunching up here. And also we need to think about which leg is going forward. So this is the far leg. So this is the near leg, so we'd see more of the shoulder. Driving this. Now this is the near leg driving. Oh no, but you're going to go opposite, aren't you? Actually, maybe the opposite. Yeah, let's reverse that. Let's drive this shoulder forward. That's on the wrong layer. That's starting to look alright down at the bottom there. For this, we need to invert. And then this is where it starts returning. So then this would be less. As long as we get like rough idea here. Would we see part of it behind here? Possibly. Yeah, I think that's okay. And actually, we can almost use the end of the walk for the stop of the run, if we need to. Because that almost looks like it runs off the edge of the right-hand side of the screen and then comes to a stop at the left. Okay, let's say what we've done so far. So, what are we going to call these people? I guess they're the enemy, but... Or should we just do humanoid? Because we can still apply this to other characters. And that doesn't give anything away for terms of secrets. Okay. We need to put the arms in. 2 hours 40. Let's do a quick break here. We can leave that going on screen. Actually, we can leave. Like that. Back soon. Right, just need to do screen break and a little stretch. It's not good to stay in one place. Right, back in a few minutes. Right. What do we do now? Maybe we get rid of be right back first, and then we're gonna add some arms into this. I almost feel like we don't need arms to show most of the time here. Maybe like run with sword slow-mo. Right, animation. Yeah, I guess like having it held back and out the way is what you would want to do. Running with weapons. Might go and watch some of these after the stream. I'm sure there's a few pointers that I can pick up. Like, what would a run with an axe look like? You'd hold it backwards, wouldn't you? That's a cool combo. Oh yeah, hold it across the body, I guess. Maybe let's try a few different variants then. So, where is this layer? We drew on that. So behind the head and the cloak, but in front of the rest of the body. Let's say we want to try the axe. Ooh, how is that going to look? Where are our weapons? So we try with this. Probably want it off to the side here. Have it quite vertical. Trying to imagine what that shape's gonna look like. I feel like it needs to curve out like loads out here. And then, would you have a gap? Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Just want to work with the outline for the moment. And actually, this needs to be below the body layer. And where? Right, it'd be below most layers, wouldn't it? We're leading with the shoulder. Probably flatten out a bit. Gonna look very weird for a bit. Guess you could probably try and sell it with like streaks as well. And then it's gonna look entirely different. It'll be coming almost towards us now. And now would be in front of the leg. Oh, we're gonna have to swap over. No, it's always gonna be in front of that back leg. So ideally, what is the body? 3, yeah. Ideally, we can have an animation where we don't even need to change the run cycle. We can reuse the animation. And we can just swap the weapon out and just change the layer slightly. bit too steep of a change. See the guy running left to right across a wide area. Is it going to compress and become more stationary at the end? Yeah, I'm pretty sure when you... I think when you export sprite sheets, you trim the sprite, and then you just naturally get that anyway. So you don't actually have to... I find it a lot easier to draw out the frames and having the motion, so then I can... It helps a little bit to see how the motion's going to sell. But yeah, the actual left to right movement will be that'll be engine based. Welcome in. How's it going? There'll be a lot of like tweaking. This is all just like first draft kind of first pass thing. So I think that's too steep. Although actually that might be good for the next one. Yeah, well, when the first Game Jam game I did, I drew it all out individually, all over like a big area, and then manually moved everything into the corner of the grid in Sprite before exporting it. And I didn't know about the fact that you could just like trim the sprite sheet. And it makes it so much easier. There's so many features in Sprite that I've got no idea about, and that would make my life way easier. There was something I learned just the other week, which is about custom brushes. So I'm not entirely certain on how it works, but it's along the lines of you can take an image. So let's say we take this axe, or the axe outline. If we select it and then do new brush, you now have that as your like cursor, which doesn't seem all that useful sometimes, but it's also very useful for things like clouds or trees and bushes and stuff like that. There's so much functionality to this software. I just don't have enough hours in it yet to actually be making use of everything. Right, so we want to move this though. What layer is leg? I think we want to move it above that as well. So this we need to... And then just press escape if you want to back out of that. I guess the easiest thing to do would just be draw a straight line first to the center, and then draw the shapes around that. That might be better actually. Move this one. And then we almost want to just do the inverse, right? So this could be this angle. No, I copied the wrong thing there. Move forward. thanks for the follow. Good world. You also pixel art, game dev kind of stuff? You doing PirateJam? Get rid of that. We kind of need one frame, I think, in between here, because that turns too quickly. You're a programmer mainly. Programmer art, yeah. I mean, I know all about programmer art. Don't worry about that. PirateJam is a game jam that's going on at the moment. So we've got 2 weeks until the end of, well, until mid-afternoon on the 31st to make a game. And the theme of the game is You Are the Weapon. So I'm designing a game based around that. We're a couple of days in, but because it's such a long game jam, I'm kind of taking it a lot easier than I would normally do. We'll see how that turns out though. We might have to step up the pace a bit. Yeah, so this needs to rotate slightly as well. Yeah, You Are the Weapon. So the game that I'm working on here is that so the route that I was going down is I need to figure out the best way to explain this because I haven't got it fully settled in my head either. But the player is playing as some kind of entity. I'm using demon here just to describe what it is, but I haven't settled on that yet. But you're summoned and your soul is split and sealed into various weapons. And you have to release your soul from those weapons to like restore yourself. And there's going to be like, I'm thinking there's going to be puzzle elements based around how to free yourself from the weapon. So you don't really have control. You just have abilities that you can cast, but you can't like control the movement of the weapon. So we've got a series of weapons that we designed. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, actually that's quite a good way of describing it. It's kind of like an inverse Horcrux. I mean, actually it's probably quite close to a Horcrux kind of thing, but rather than it being like a separate part of your soul you stored away, you can move your consciousness into each of the fragments of the soul, and then that will be like each of the levels. So each of the levels you'll be like combined with one of these weapons, and you're trying to free yourself from that weapon to restore that bit of the soul. But yeah, it's kind of, it's still early days. I kind of want to hide a lot of like puzzles and secrets in it, but who knows if we're going to have any time to do that kind of stuff. I guess a little bit, yeah. But yeah, so that's the general idea. I feel like we need a bit more of this kind of angle. So what I've been designing, this character here is basically one of your enemies, and they are wielding the weapons, and you're trying to prevent them from using the weapon properly. And I'm hoping that's enough of like a different take on it, that it'll be an interesting game, but we'll see how it comes out. I think the idea that I've got very much is a make or break on the implementation, and if I can implement what I'm planning, I'm hoping it'll be quite interesting, but it all depends on how we do when we actually get into the game dev side of it. Size is changing a lot. Well, it's 2 weeks is probably as long as you'll get in most game jams. There are some like month-long ones, but like the ones that I've done so far, I started off with Lune, and Lune has 2 different sets. Is there an easy way to see rules? I'll just go rules, maybe? No. The way Lune works, so it is there's 2 versions of the jam. Yeah. No comments, Zimni. Zimni also does Lune. And there's basically 2 versions of the jam. There's the compo, which is like the main challenge, and that is a 48-hour jam, and you have to make everything yourself from scratch. You can't use... I don't think... Can you use assets and just opt out of certain categories, Zimni, for compo? And then the jam version of it is 72 hours, and you can work in teams, and that's a bit more relaxed. But that's that's the extent of what we've done in previous jams. So a 2-week jam is actually quite a slow pace. No, okay. Yeah, you can use game engines, but they don't want you to use like asset packs and stuff like that. They don't want you to really... Yeah, it's the good thing about that is, so everything, okay, yeah, everything needs to be made in the 48 hours, which I've never done the 48-hour one. I find the 72-hour one, I've always thought is too short. So that's why I'm trying out PirateJam this time. We're going to see what it's like. But yeah, it's good fun. So I think we need an in-between there. And then we use one of these, maybe. Oh, that's the one we just used. Okay. Maybe this one instead then. Why can we not move it further? I thought we could use the Oh, is the canvas locked to the... I always thought you could move the canvas well off the side of the screen, but maybe I'm thinking of something different there. Like you can... Oh no. I'm sure you're not locked. Okay, I'm learning something new again about a sprite. Let's put this down here. So we need to avoid it changing size so much as well, but let's go back to this. And one more which can go like this one maybe. So how's that look? Avoiding the fact that like it changes size every time. So the silhouette would have to be different. I think once we've got the rest of our color palette in, we wouldn't need these gaps in between the handle and the blade for every frame. But that kind of works with that run cycle. So we sped it up. Yeah. I think that's okay. So what I want to try though is what happens if we have a different weapon now. So back to here again. Oh, actually, we didn't see it from this, did we? That actually kind of works. Like the angle and stuff is slightly off here, but that's fine. So how would you run with, what other weapons have we got? We don't have any swords, but it's because we want all of them to be throwing. What about a spear? Let's try that. So I think this one we want right at the very front. I'm very beginner still. Kind of like my extent of making games so far is I can show you some. Oh, will it let me? No. How do you find creators? So yeah, these kind of games. I started in Unity. This is a couple of years ago. Like trying out some what's it called? Like low poly 3D Blender stuff. And then King of the Ring was the first Game Jam game that we did. That I did with one of my mates. And this is a couple of years ago now, but basically it's just like very, very basic. So yeah, the only 3 games that I've made are these. They're all for Linda. This one, this was like a point and click one. No, I'd say in total, like Unity, I probably did, I don't know, a couple of months worth. In total, like split out over a few different years. And then only recently I've just started using Godot. And we've been designing a bit of a game in Godot. And we've been trying a little bit of Domekeeper modding, because there's a mod jam coming up for Domekeeper next month that I might try and do as well. Yeah, so this is going to be, I guess this is going to be like the first proper attempt at Godot. I did a Breckies tutorial, and I tried using it for GMTK Jam last summer, but then didn't really get any time to do the jam properly. But yeah, we're gonna give it a go for this, see how we get on, and then see where we go from there. Yeah. I do really like Godot. It fits. I find it so much easier to use than Unity. Non-game apps in it. Cozy and looks like sweet tarts. Honestly, I should just use spear weapons only. They're going to be so much easier to draw in. That's kind of why I'm just doing some drafts of this, because I want to see how much work it's going to be. Right, let me just finish this one. Because, yeah, so if I want to do all of these different types of weapons, that would be a lot of work. But I don't think that will be what I'm going to end up doing. The main thing with the PirateSoftware Game Jam is what we're submitting, wherever it says submission, is the game design document. So like the design of what you want to build out into the game, and a prototype that shows how the game works. So if I identify like 2 or 3 of these weapons that I quite like and aren't too difficult to animate, then we might just do that with the game jam, and then we've got things to develop into if we decide to continue on after. Yeah, kind of. I mean, obviously, the more complete the game is, the more likely that you'll do better in the submission. But it's all about getting a clear idea down for the judges to see. I think, this is judge-based. So it's not really about what other players vote you on. And these are the various criteria. So I figure if I can find like 3 or 4 interesting weapons, yeah, playability will be the main thing. And I've got like an ability casting system that could be quite interesting. So I only really need a few levels. And the main story to make sense in the game for it to display what the game could be. And actually that way as well, that could be released as a demo. And if I do like the idea, I can continue developing it and release it as a full game, rather than if you did the full game for the game jam, it would just be available for free, because you're not going to charge you're not going to charge for a game jam game, because otherwise the judges won't play it. Okay, so that run cycle though with the spear works as well. So yeah, I think having these various weapons will work. The main thing I need though is I do also need throwing animations. Those are going to be unique per weapon, which is going to make it more complicated. And then what else do we need? We need maybe we need to start planning out these ideas. So animations. Yeah, I'm quite happy with where this is ending up for these. Like just the standard walk. We'd probably have this at about half speed. And then the run. I might not bother even with like more of a wind up. That can go straight into that run. That's fine. And even a stop, that can turn out as the stop. That's fine. I mean, obviously they need tidying up properly, and then details need to be added. Right, animations. Let's do a checklist. So we're gonna need like level transitions. Transitions. That's not correct. You're gonna tell me. That is fine. Got to the stage of the stream where I'm doubting spelling of standard words. Okay. So this will be unique per level. Because this is going to be a fade from our alignment spell into open. We're going to need like it's going to be like environmental Environmental animations, so like flames, wind effects, dripping water, etc. Those are all little small ones. The wind effects would be leaves moving, that kind of stuff, small stuff. Candles, that's fine. So we've got our... We need to give these characters a name. So do we just call these summoners? I'd love to pick a better name for them. Magic users. Magic and weapon users. What would you call them? Wizards, yeah, I guess. I feel like that leans too heavily on the magic side of it, though. Maybe if we do, like, weapon users who can use magic. I feel like there's a better word. What do you call a mage? Yeah, a bit more like that. Whiz bang. Bell shot. Bell sword. Chamber mage. No. Spell slinger? Small guns though, isn't it? Battle mage. Battle mage does work. It is kind of a battle mage. What about like assassins? Maybe let's stick with battle. Sparkle. These are some great names. So the main thing I'm thinking is these are the same people who are performing the summoning and like all the spells that split the demon soul and seals them into the weapons, but they are also the ones using the weapons. So it feels like there's some kind of term there. I guess we look at like RPG classes. Maybe along the lines of a sorcerer. Like in terms of magic, it's sorcerer. Wizards that are using weapons, but also... Yeah, kind of. I want them to be basically fairly highly trained with a specific weapon. So like each one of them has one of these weapons as their own like specialist weapon. But they also, they use the, like, they're using the magic to, yeah, pretty much enchanting. An enchanter. I like the sound of that. Enchanter. Maybe. Where does this come under? Misc. Central names for summoners. Let's do a description here. So these are the guild, the cult, I guess, of people who perform the summoning / soul splitting spells and wield the weapons created. So put them as a checklist. We can move these around, can't we? Yeah, good. Enchanter, like battle mage. I guess kind of like the, what's the, there's a warlock type as well, isn't there? In we look at warlock subclasses. Hexblade. Right. Does this explain what the hexblade is? Hexblade, explain. Yeah, so this almost what we're looking at is there's a sentient force behind the weapon. Our idea is along the lines of we are playing as the Hexblade. I mean, this is 7 years ago. I mean, I don't know actually when did Hexblades come out? Hexblade release D&D. 2003. I'm slightly late to the party with that idea. But yeah, I guess that's a possible Hexblade / Hex Warrior. It doesn't really matter, because I don't think we're actually going to say what the name of these are. It's just for us to reference. Yeah, so let's say enchanter animations. So walk, run, idle, and then weapon attacks / weapon throws. Death animations, maybe. Oh, we put a list of this somewhere already, didn't we? Down here. I don't think we're going to do hide. Back idle. And then casting magic as well. But the casting magic is going to be a fixed thing. And that's it, I guess. But I think that is like the bulk of our animation work is going to be this character. So the fact that we need to redo it for multiple weapons wouldn't be too bad. And there's also like ally characters, which will need pretty much idle, fight, and death. I think. Maybe we have a run animation from them as well. I don't think we're going to have a walk. And then the only other animations are like cutscene. So we've got a game over one. Oh wait, we need to do... We also need to do the soul. Soul fragment. Data. Idle. Move. Cutscenes. We're going to have game over, intro, and intro spell. And that's it, I think. Maybe absorb. That's a lot of animations. But some of them are quite small, that's fine. Like this is the major one. Then probably the cutscenes. Then the idols. There's the ally characters. Those ones should be quite easy, the level transitions. That one's going to be very easy. This is going to be very easy. Okay. That's fine. And then environments. We're going to have our hub level, which is just the summoning circle or summoning room. And then what else do we need? Like each of the levels. So weapon levels. And that's it. I mean, I say that's it. That's just still probably quite a bit. Oh, wait, we also need spell costs. Spell and ability costs. Which are probably around here in difficulty. Okay. I think we might wrap up there. It's only a shortish stream today. Because I think tomorrow I want to start building some stuff, some prototype stuff in Godot. I think the aim of tomorrow will be to build out a prototype of the spell casting and maybe figure out some transition stuff. I was going to say, you've normally headed off well before this. Thanks for hanging out, Zimri. See you soon. Have a good week. Thanks, Squidward. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap here. Quite happy with how this animation's turned out. And what we'll do is tomorrow probably stream a bit earlier, and we're just gonna jump into Godot, start prototyping some stuff, and just see how it feels to cast the spells and do that kind of stuff. If we can get to that stage of it. I don't know if we'll get that far. Thank you. And then Wednesday, I think we won't stream, and that'll be where I'll just focus on doing the game design document, because I don't think this is real stream material. Figuring out what the story is going to be, writing it all out, I don't think that's that interesting sometimes. I might run through it on Thursday, just to say what we've done. And then we'll be like fully into the game jam. So I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'm busy, and then the rest of next week as well. Just mostly gonna try and stream a lot of it. I think as we get closer to the deadline, I probably won't stream as much, because I want to keep some of the secrets that are going to be in the game jam version like spoiler free, and B, it'll just be easier to focus, I think. So we'll see what happens with that. Anything that's not spoilery, I'm going to try my best to stream as much of it as I can. As soon as it gets to like what patterns you need to draw and where you find the upgrades and stuff like that, I think that kind of stuff I'll do off stream. But yeah, thanks for chilling out with me. Hope everyone has a good week, and catch you later. We need to still haven't set up my end screen, but this will do. Thanks, have a good one. Bye.